This is Friday Night Lights with Tim O'Brien. Brought to you by Honda of the Desert.
That's the Week 9 rewind. Believe it or not, Gil, it's Week 10. We only have 2 regular season games left tonight, and then so now just 1.
Man, the music keeps getting better, though.
Yeah, Rob crushes it. Welcome back to Friday Night Lights, brought to you by Honda of the Desert. We hear you. General Manager of Honda, Gil Rutenberg. I'm Tim O'Brien. At least 8 Coachella Valley teams had their playoff hopes alive tonight. That's how well the talent is here in the Valley. League play continue for both the Desert Empire League, Desert Valley League. It was so good tonight that we're going to get to it in a little bit. There's 2 games for the league next week, so buckle up.
It's going to be
yeah, it sure is. And we're going to begin in Palm Desert now, where the Palm Springs Indians were looking to clinch at least a share of the DEL title with a win against Xavier Prep. Xavier, total rebuild season. They had some injuries, of course, they're played by, so the Saints are looking to spoil the Indians' championship plans tonight. And let's go to those highlights. It was a battle of the defense early on, not a ton of scoring, Gil. I was at this game in the first half. Ryder Ruiz from Xavier Prep would throw the pass up, and it hit the hands of Brandon Cerveo. Ball deflects up. Jesse Manning would come down to it. Next set of downs for the Indians. Francisco Yanez takes the ball to the outside. Right before he's brought down, he coughs up the ball. Saints Austin McDaniel recovers it. So back and forth, two turnovers, that is back-to-back sets. Now Indians make the stop on the defense. With the ball, Kapler now takes the snap, hands out Braden Hapner for the quick 6 extra point. All good. Palm Springs up 7-0. Then they would hit an absolute missile. The Indians would hit a field goal right before the half. They go up 10-0. Now Palm Springs will play for the division title next week when they host the Palm Desert Aztecs. That's one of those big games we're talking about. And Xavier Prep will travel to Rancho for their final season, their game of the season. 27-8 tonight. Indians over Xavier Prep. Palm Springs Indians, Gil, remain undefeated in league play. Having quite the year.
Yeah, Xavier is having a tough season.
Yeah, it's hard when you're rebuilding a bit. You've got some injuries. Yeah. Palm Springs undefeated. They haven't lost.
Yeah,
you know why? Because Honda was there. So,
of course.
Yeah, that's right. Turning to the Desert Valley League now. If you've heard of the Rose Bowl, Orange Bowl, Sugar Bowl, well, tonight it was the Date Bowl in Thermal. Coachella visiting Desert Mirage. Now, the Mighty Arabs coming off another ginormous offensive performance last week against Cat City, despite losing running back sensation Aaron Ramirez. I think it's safe to say we were going to have him in studio last week. It's still going to happen.
We're going to get him here.
We're going to get him here. But with the injury, he had to take care of that himself first. But he's going to be okay from what we understand.
He's going to be okay.
Even he didn't play tonight, but he's only a sophomore. Isn't that crazy?
He's a sophomore. I can't wait to see what he does next year.
It's unbelievable. Yep. Let's go ahead and take a look at the highlights now for this. That's the Date Bowl trophy that Desert Mirage hosts in the annual game tonight. So Coachella started things off with their air attack, and it's Hugo Sandoval. You've heard his name quite a bit on this program throughout the fall. He's a stud. He's complimented, of course, by Aaron Ramirez, but Hugo takes the ball, connects with Daniel Romero. Old habits die hard. Coachella went to the ground game here in just a moment. You'll see Aaron Ramirez, no worries. We'll just keep pounding. That's senior Jacob Mendoza with the 15-yard touchdown run. The Desert Mirage, they've played with a lot of heart this season for sure. They had no answers for Coachella's offense tonight, though. The Mighty Arabs are going to win big tonight, Gil, 48-0.
48-0.
Coachella Valley and Indio next week in Coachella Valley in Thermal. That is going to be for the district or the league play for Desert Valley. They'll host Indio, and the Desert Mirage will finish their season in Banning. This is one of those you and I looked at a couple weeks back, Coachella, Indio. We have to be there.
We got to be there. That's going to be a game.
It's unbelievable. Both Indio's defense has played. They've maybe 4 or 5 shutouts now in league play. So it's going to see a really good senior-led defense up against Coachella's offense. It's going to be a battle for sure. It's going to be fun. Can't wait to get out there. Still ahead on Friday Night Lights here, we'll have our game of the week, of course, Shadow Hills against Palm Desert. Could the Knights steal a win in Aztec Stadium? That would mess the whole standings up if they did. But coming up next, Rancho Mirage showing some life as of late. They were in La Quinta, where the Blackhawks still have league title hopes in their sight. And we'll break down some of the standings in a bit as well. But more NBC Palm Springs news first, coming up after the break. Back. Let's keep this thing rolling. It was La Quinta, Rancho Mirage. They're both looking to keep winning. La Quinta's right in the race, so let's go ahead and get to those highlights. Into the action we go. La Quinta driving. Quarterback Tommy Ansley puts the Blackhawks on the board first, like he's done all year. Next set of downs, you've heard this name all season. Sophomore running back Aiden Nsubiga takes his way, from his own 17, Gil, takes it all the way to the house, his 13th tut of the season. That's another sophomore running back here in the Valley we've heard quite a bit about. It's unbelievable. The future's bright for these running backs. Senior quarterback Tommy Ansley looking to match Nsubiga's distance tonight. He would go ahead and keep it himself after the high snap. Takes it up the middle. He'll push outside here in a moment. And he is going to go untouched once he passes midfield. And see ya! He goes ahead and takes it to the house. It was all the La Quinta Blackhawks tonight. And they did play a little defense, too, here, Gil. It was the Rattlers running back, Ruben Rodarte. He'll take the snap. He actually loses the ball here last second. And La Quinta's Alex Bernal, he'll scoop it up in one motion, which isn't easy to do. He takes it to the house. But it was all Blackhawks in the first half. The Rattlers did make a little bit of noise to try to get back into this. Quarterback Ethan Zamora throws an absolute dart to Zaire Rivas. It was actually a beautiful pass, good catch, good strides, all good. Touchdown Rattlers, but that wouldn't be enough. They're going to close out their season next week again at home against Xavier Prep. And La Quinta, they're going to head to Indio to take on Shadow Hills, try to get into the playoff race. 57-27 tonight. La Quinta over Rancho Mirage.
Great win for the Blackhawks.
Yeah, there's one of those teams I mentioned. They've played really well, and we've seen them play poorly too, so they've got to figure it out for sure ahead of playoffs. But coming up next is our game of the week. It was the Shadow Hills Knights, the Palm Desert Aztecs. The Aztecs hoping to stay near the top of the standings, while Shadow Hills looking to play spoiler. You're watching Friday Night Lights here on NBC Palm Springs. We'll be right back. All right, let's get right into our game of the week. It was Shadow Hills bringing the toughest nails defense into Palm Desert. Two battling teams here trying to figure out where they're going to sit in playoff standings. Let's go to those highlights. Normally we wouldn't start with a punt, but check out this bomb, Gil. That's Palm Desert's kick punter. Hey, nearly 60 yards, the thing rolls. What an impressive kick that pins Shadow Hills back deep in their own territory. An absolute missile, and it worked out in their favor. The Knights feeling the pressure all night. They would fumble near their own goal line. The Aztecs would recover, and then they're going to, of course, take advantage of that and punch it in. Remember the name Dimitri Chester? We've talked about him. Yep, we've talked about him quite a bit. We got to get out there and have a little chat with Dimitri with Honda of the Desert coming up this week. He would punch it in. Aztecs take a 7-0 lead early. Shadow Hills just couldn't get anything going offensively. Palm Desert with a major time of possession advantage. Here's senior quarterback Brady Clemmer with the quick touchdown strike to Cameron Tice, who flips back into the end zone. That's pretty. It's dangerous. He's safe. He's okay. Hands up. Touchdown. 14-0 Aztecs. More Aztecs offense late in the first half. Here it is again, Brady Clemmer with the long ball here in just a moment to Dawson Johnson. He's got a good ball, man. Kid's got a bright future. Lofts it up there and bang, backtracking. Dawson, of course, with the quick 6. That would put Palm Desert up 21-0. That would end up being the final score. This sets up a huge game against Palm Springs next week in Palm Springs. So Shadow Hills will finish their season by hosting La Quinta. This is the one for the Desert Empire League here, Gil. Going to be a big deal.
Aztecs, Honda of the Desert, coming to see you.
Yeah, for sure. We hear you.
We hear you.
Still to come here on Friday Night Lights, we'll go back to Aztec Stadium, hear from Palm Desert head coach Shane McComb, who also gives us his thoughts on the next week's big game with Palm Springs. But as we head to break, here's a look at the full scoreboard from both leagues tonight here in the Valley. All right, before we say goodnight, let's head back out to Aztec Stadium with head coach Shane McComb.
We got a lot more energy. We had we played well at the beginning of the year. Once we went into that bye week, we came out slow for a couple of weeks, but I think we're starting to fire at all cylinders. So we get to get ready to go get a 6th championship. So the boys are excited. Every team comes out and plays us hard, so we got to be ready to go every single week. We got woken up against the Quinta. Sometimes it's good for us to happen at the beginning of the league. It happened last year. Last year we had an opportunity to play for 5. We went and got it. This year we got a chance to go play for 6. against a good Palm Springs team, but we got to find a way to go get it again.
Yeah, how you feeling about Palm Springs?
Solid football team, so are we. So we're going to go play for the league championship, and our job is to go get it done.
Man, looking forward to that next week. Palm Desert, Palm Springs for Desert Empire, Coachella Valley, Indio for Desert Valley. So we're out of time. How fast did that go, huh? Let's do it again next Friday. That's Gil Root for Honda of the Desert. We hear you. I'm Tim O'Brien. Good night.